you could work your entire life and just never break 80. And I think that's the fun about golf. It's like, not only can you compete versus friends and have these games, but you're just grinding versus yourself. I think it brings a whole different mental aspect to just how to approach life difficulty. Like golf provides that, where I don't think any other sport really does.
Part 3 podcast. Let's fucking go. Stephen Malbon.
Oh my goodness.
Let's get right into it.
Put him down for the birdie, dog.
Just a bit outside.
Gang is back together.
Somebody give me your fucking putter. Poured the putt in. I had to make it.
Hello, everybody. Part 3 podcast. Stephen Malbon, J.R. Smith, and we have a fellow that I met at Monterey Peninsula Country Club on a foggy day. We were playing behind us, and my son was freaking out because he's a huge fan of Dude Perfect, Mr.
Garrett Hilbert. It's all right. It happens all the time. Yeah.
How about when I did it with CC?
Yeah.
I said, CC Sabathia.
Yeah.
Or something. They were like, what is wrong with you? Oh, man.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the world famous Part 3 podcast. We have a wonderful guest today, Garrett Hilbert.
Yes. Glad to be here.
The first intro was better.
Yeah.
You can run the first one.
Yeah, you can run
You
the
can run
first
them
one.
both. We don't mind. We like the blurbs.
exactly.
We like the bloopers.
For sure.
My fellow Married member now.
Oh, yeah,
it's a
dude.
pleasure.
Yes.
Finally,
Yeah, man, I'm glad to
first
have you
time
out
meeting
there,
each other
dude.
Now,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we'll be able to shoot 95s together out there. It's fun.
can't wait, right?
Yeah.
They say it's the hardest one around.
I'm pretty sure it's the hardest in Texas.
Really?
Yeah, slope rating wise.
You guys just like torturing yourself?
Everyone always is like, you come out of there like, loving and hating golf, but that's what golf is, it's a love-hate relationship. So I kind of
100%.
like it. It deepens that part of it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I like it because I know when I go to my boys' places, I'll be able to play lights out.
For sure.
So if my course is the hardest course around, and then when my game will travel better. So I like that side of it, and being around pros too.
I agree with that.
Their brain.
All the pros are most of them practice there in Dallas.
Most of them, I think there was like.
Zali's out
20-something.
there. Scotty practices out there. Spieth, a bunch of Korn Ferry guys.
Yeah, LPGA girls.
Cootie Brothers. Yeah, a lot of LPGA people. And then you got a bunch of live guys now.
Yeah.
So they're all out there.
There's a lot happening here in Dallas. We
There
had
is.
Lee Six on last night, LPGA player, and she told us probably 8 different LPGA Korean players that are here because
Yep.
there's a big Koreatown. It's obviously in the middle of the country. It's
Yep.
easy to get to Florida or
California,
Pebble Beach,
yeah.
whatever it may be. But yeah, we had Brandon Wu on.
Yeah, I played golf with Brandon a couple
He's
times.
pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
He's done it before.
Yeah, first time I met Brandon was during COVID. We played Trinity Forest, and after the round, he decides to tell us that he has COVID. And I'm like, I don't care, but that's amazing that you waited till after the round to tell us that. It's cool.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
After he made all the birdies, I'm just over here
Yeah.
dapping up. Hey. So it's obviously you guys been doing phenomenal on the YouTube channels and stuff like that. How was the idea even brought to you guys? How did you even think of it?
Yeah, we've been doing it for 15 years now. So this was before social media was even a thing. Now it's very much I can see how that became a thing. But back then it was just us having fun. We weren't trying to make a business or anything. We were just dude, we like to compete. Let's try to one up each other on these trick shots. And back then the content game was very small. So there was cat videos and it wasn't a big, right now I would say, if we started this today, it's, I don't know if we're in the same position. We just hit it kind of at the right time, and it blew up. And so, yeah, it wasn't like we were these geniuses. That it was the complete opposite of that. We were very much we just kind of lucked into it, and continually make it a business. Okay, yeah, now we can go on tour and we can sell merch and we can do this, and so.
Yeah.
We just made some limited edition Part 3 podcast, Champion Heather Gray sweatshirts. Get yours before they're gone on the part3podcast.com.
Who's leading in the tallies? Because you guys got to be keeping track.
Yeah. Well, we got a bunch of tallies going on. It's like we got the golf. It's like we got the videos itself where we battle each other, and obviously Ty's winning those because he just cares more than any of us. He has those like, I'm gonna win on camera for the people. I'm like, okay, man, I'm trying to get up for this right now, but it's. And then we have like, our golf battles where I'd still say Ty's winning though. He's the best golfer in the group. He's been playing his whole life. We all started after college, the rest of us. But we're slowly catching up to him. He hates playing the handicap system, which I agree with. It's a weird system. It's the only sport that allows not good people to compete against good people. Yeah. Like, you can't do that in basketball. No. It's like, we're just going to wax you every time.
Every time.
I mean, what do we do? You start with 14 points or right. It doesn't matter. So it's the only sport that really is like that. I think pickleball is starting to kind of do it a little bit, but yeah, so he hates it. So he always makes us play straight up, which, that's not fair, but right. It's the game of golf. So,
I don't know if I'm buying the whole pickleball thing yet. I don't know if I can do it. I just think the golf bug is too strong for me.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I'm not, we own a pickleball team, but I rarely play. But it's a growing sport.
Yeah, it's going crazy. It's going crazy.
People love it. I think it's also like golf where you got, an 8-year-old to a 93-year-old. And they all can play the game, and I think those sports in general are gonna rise to the top because it's the longevity of it.
Yeah, until you blow out Achilles or something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah,
shorter running areas, right?
Yeah, so and especially if you play doubles, you don't even have. It's like,
oh yeah,
not even the size of this room that you're having to cover. So
you don't have to move that much.
You don't have to move that much.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm done moving.
I bet you are.
I'm done moving fast.
Yeah, I bet you are.
I'm done with that.
Yeah.
Nice little, 130 ball speed is all I'm looking for, baby.
I love that.
So we met you were playing with Kelly James's pops.
Yep.
The legend.
Yes, the legend.
And
Kelly.
like I said, so Luciano was on YouTube constantly, Remington, my kids, I remember when I told him, I said, because I'm not on YouTube, I don't understand it at that point. And I said, I'm playing with this dude, perfect situation, And Remy's like, Remy's like, oh, Lucci loves them, And I'm like, put Lucci on. I tell Lucci, And he's like, who is it? Which ones? Which ones?
Amazing.
He's like, are the twins there? Are the twins? He starts ripping off.
Yeah.
And I said, I think the guy's name's Garrett, He's like, oh, he's good, he's and then he's like,
stats.
yeah, like all the
Kids are
stats,
nuts, man.
He'll still to the day, this has been 2 years probably, he'll still today be like, do you still have his number? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you can text him right now. I'm like, yeah. Well, why don't you text him? I'm like, because I don't really have anything to say to him. What do you want me to text him? Like, hi?
That's amazing.
But I did want to text you about Punta Brava.
Yes.
Did you go down?
Yes, I've gone.
You did? I haven't gone. I joined. That's a Kelly James thing as well.
Another Kelly James thing. I think the world will find out about Punta Brava here in about a year. But it's going to blow people away. I mean, it's a special from even the pictures right now, you can, it's hard to grasp like the elevation change and the topography. It truly is remarkable. I'm one of those weirdos that like geeks out on golf architecture. Mm-hmm. I have an architecture master's, and so that's what I kind of go down the artsy side of that. But yeah, Punta Brava is going to be the real deal, man. It's Tom Doak course, and the membership's incredible.
Yeah.
Got great guys out there, and just on the piece of land that it is, it's, I think 12 holes on the water.
Damn. 12 holes you hit over the water.
So I think it's like, the back nine was basically done when I got there. So like the finishing holes, like it's like 14, par 3 over water, 15, par 5, kind of wrapping back to the water, 16, 17, back-to-back par 3s over water. One's like 200-yard carry. The other one's like short one. And then 18, par 4 along the water, kind of like Pebble 18. It's a crazy finisher. So it's gonna be sweet.
And I guess right now there's around 70 members.
Yeah, something around there.
65,
Yeah,
70. I just got my spear gun.
yeah. There
Did
you
you
go.
get the spear
Yeah,
gun?
got the spear gun.
Yeah.
You got to go out there and check it out.
can't
They have
wait.
like these, the glamping tents, like right on the ocean that has like
that's
full
sick.
restrooms in them that you can stay in right now.
I need to go down. I've even like Brian and them were
Yes.
in Pebble and they brought the gun, but they were saying that like think how amazing it would be to have a photo of like you and your kid on like the 16th hole at Pebble. I mean at Cypress.
Yeah, before it
it opens.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
like with the tractors and shit. Like go out there, get some photos, enjoy it. But what a place. And that even that entire hustle of like the thought process, it's like get like the who's first, then get another group of 50, 60, 80 people, and then open it up to 100. So it'd be a total of like 250 members. And it's built like behind this mountain that was like kind of like hidden or something. And I think it's what, 60, 70 miles south of San Diego?
Yeah, yeah.
And you flew down in a
We
helicopter?
we flew into San Diego, flew down in a helicopter from San Diego. Ensenada has a private airport that you can fly right into. It's about 15 minutes from the property, or you can just drive. But
Yeah.
got to have global entry if you're going to drive.
You do.
I mean, I wouldn't want to sit in a 2-hour custom
Yeah.
line, but I mean, maybe
Yeah.
that's what people want to do.
So global entry, and then you could just take a car service from San
Take a car
Diego.
service, 5 minutes through the border. It's a pretty safe drive, mostly highways.
Yeah.
So
Really
Yeah,
cool.
that's
And then
dope.
they have like a wellness center built into the side of this mountain.
Yeah.
It's all this like saunas and steam rooms
Yeah.
and hot tubs and
lodge is gonna be cool. Me and Tyler actually bought one of the villas, so
did you?
yeah. So
Who
it's
would've
gonna be pretty sweet.
14 villas?
I'm bumming off y'all membership.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah.
invite
Come
me.
anytime,
You wanna
man.
join?
Come anytime, dude.
You want to join? We know somebody.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about golf membership. That's what I love about the golf community is the fact that, I do think people do it wrong where it's like, I want to be a member here, here, here. It's like, no, you need to look where your friends are and then you need to join elsewhere.
It helps.
And then it's like, I'll use yours, you use mine, and,
Yeah.
and we'll just continue to be, these
Yeah.
faux members at all these courses because we're
America's guest.
Yeah,
baby.
yeah.
Heck yeah. Especially if you got 3 or 4 guys at each club.
Correct.
Man. I was just reading over the bylaws yesterday, so I was like, okay, see where I can.
Yeah, Merido's pretty laid back when it, I think in the bylaws are like, they don't want a certain guest coming out more than like 6 times or something,
Yeah.
which I'm not, I think I've broken that rule, but maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know. Maybe they have no idea.
Change
Now
the
they will.
names. You just change the names.
Yeah, yeah.
right? It's like just write another person's name.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Mark seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
He seems pretty cool, man.
Yeah, no, Mark's great. He's a great director of golf. I mean, the whole staff there is top class, and I personally like Albert. I don't know if you met Albert yet.
I met him once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he gets a bad rap. I think he's been great to me. He's been great to the members. The course is great.
Course is great.
I don't know if did you go to the Live event or anything out
Yeah, I
there?
played in the pro-am.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I played good in the pro-am. Then when
Yeah.
I came, I was like, okay, this course is
Yeah,
not
like
bad.
that was frustrating to me being a member, obviously losing the lake a couple months
Oh,
before,
yeah.
but of course the day after the tournament, big rainstorm fills it
Comes
right, back up.
It's the 18 holes?
Yeah,
18?
yeah, it's 18. You got a nice little short game area. Great driving range. Right on. I think it's the best view in Dallas when it comes to like go out there, have a cocktail,
Yeah.
look out there with sunset.
For sure.
Man, there's no better. And you're the only one out there.
Yeah. Huge putting green.
How far from here? 20
Here,
minutes?
15
15
minutes.
minutes.
Oh, you're set.
Yeah.
Good work. We're set.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Are you in South Lake? Is that where you live?
Yeah, I'm in South
Okay.
Lake. I'm literally 3 minutes from here.
Oh, okay, cool.
Stephen Malbon here. We'd like to present to you our sponsor, Glen Grant. Built as the first distillery in Scotland over 180 years ago, the Glen Grant single malt Scotch whiskey brings together inspiration from around the world. The Glen Grant crafts a range of single malt whiskeys which are delicate and complex with distinctive character. A new offering from the Glen Grant, released this year, is distinguished 25-year-old. It's fantastic and perfect after a long round of golf, or during if you're like us. Matured in American oak bourbon barrels and sherry casks for over a quarter of a century. Bottled at 46% ABV, The whiskey taste of dark chocolate, zesty orange, oak, and nutmeg that finished with lingering warm spices and a hint of soft smoke. Make every sip count with Glen Grant today.
The Glen Grant. Drink responsibly. Copyright 2024. Campari America. New York, New York.
This week's top 25 over 21 pick for the females, sponsored to you by Glen Grant, 25-year-old whiskey. Her swing is beautiful. Canadian Brooke Henderson.
Brooke Henderson. We love Brooke Henderson. I was in Evian when she won the Evian champ and got to put a pink jacket on Brooke. Brooke's great. She swings great. I think her sister's on the bag as her caddy. But Brooks is great. See her around. She's very kind of keeps to herself a bit, but obviously insanely good at golf. I'm going with Minjee Lee.
Minjee, amazing game, great swing.
Don't you have her putter grip?
I have her putter grip. I have her putter counterbalance putter grip. If you're looking for it, it is in my bag. But if you need it back, just let me know. You know, we can work something out. Charlie Hall.
There's only one Charlie Hall, and we love her. The golf world loves her. She is, very comfortable in her own skin and doesn't really care what people think that much about her, except her mom and dad. Keep being you, Charlie. I'm going to go next with the Hall of Famer herself, Miss Lydia Ko.
Ooh, Lydia is, self-explanatory. I mean, she's all-time great. So consistent. I think out of all of the players, obviously you can throw Nelly in there, but just no weaknesses to her game at all. Just strong all the way around, from the tee ball, iron play, wedge game, putting, bunker play. True Hall of Famer.
Yeah, what a career. She's won when she was 13 years old on the LPGA. Went to the Olympics 3 times. Won a bronze, silver, and gold medal. Damn. Has all 3 of them. They asked her before this year when she won the gold, they said, where is the bronze one and the silver one? She's like, I'm not thinking about those ones anymore. There's a different one I want. So she won the gold medal in the Olympics and then went straight and won the Open like a week later. So she's been on a tear, and long live Lydia.
She's not up here, but I want to say at least 6.
She has won 6 times on the KLPGA. She won the U.S. Open on her rookie year in Charleston. And she is an inspiration to keep going, keep grinding, keep putting in the work, and being super funny and cool and fresh. So we love you, 6.
I got you winning this year, 6. You're on my fantasy.
Yeah. We're praying for you, 6.
Right.
What about, are you a member of any other clubs other than Punta Brava in here?
Yeah. So I think I went on this really weird. So I'm also at the Frisco, the new PGA in Frisco. Yeah. Love what they're doing out there. Obviously, just being the person we are, like the people we are, we need a place, a little privacy. The place in Frisco is public-private. So they have a private clubhouse, but anybody can play the course, kind of like Pebble. Great course, though, if you ever need to get out there and play some 2 really good courses out there. So I'm out there. I joined this new course, which I'm extremely excited about. It's called Childress Hall. It's in Childress, Texas, 3 hours from here. If anybody's familiar with Ohoopee, it's very much kind of the same vibe. It's going to be 36 holes. It's right on the Red River. I just went out there for the preview play. They just opened the first 18, and it's unbelievable.
Similar to Ohoopee with the same way of the design.
It's kind of the hunting golf club. Yeah. I think I always compare it to Jerry Jones built Cowboys Stadium first to kind of make this new age stadium. Ohoopee was this first to make this kind of new golf experience. And so people are going to, take the good out of that. They're going to replace the bad with more good and make them better. Mm-hmm. And that's what I think Childress Hall did very well. So it's it's a golf experience. You go out there, you stay in the lodge 2 nights. It's not like a country club. It's just
more like a hunt lodge.
It's you go out there for 2 days, you take guests, however many guests you want to take, 16, 20 guests. They really want it to be a place where, it's Merido wants to get a team together. Let's get a group of San Fran Golf Club. Let's go out there and have a Ryder Cup for 2 days.
Oh, cool.
So I'm out there, and then I just joined the Discovery Fort Worth.
You don't leave Texas much.
Well, I love Discovery. I want to leave Texas, but right now I'm in my work and my family are so, I mean, I got youth sports every weekend, you know.
2 boys, 1 girl.
Yep, 2 boys, 1 girl. And so it's like, you know, got to prioritize them. Luckily, I got them in the golf, so we golf together, which is nice.
What about your wife?
She golfs.
She does.
Yeah, I got her into it
good.
too. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of like I used my, I did it the opposite. I did, when I had my oldest, I was like, I'm going to get him into golf right off the bat. So I can always have this like father-son moment, you know, and no wife's going to say no to spending time with your kid on a Saturday.
Or so Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. And so she started seeing us spend a lot of time together. And so she was like, well, I want to be a part of this. And so she started playing golf.
Yeah.
And now like literally even my daughter just started golf 2 weeks ago and she loves it. So
That's awesome.
The whole family plays. There's good and bad. The bad is when your boys want to go on a golfing trip, that's a tough ask now because your wife wants to go.
Yeah.
And the kids are like, dude,
so
we
like,
want to
that's
play.
the only downfall of having the whole family. But the good is anytime you want to go on the course. Yeah.
You got a game anytime you want.
Anytime you want.
It's funny the thing with the wife. So my wife's playing now and, you know, getting better and practicing, et cetera, because she sees the relationship I have with the boys.
Yeah.
Because of golf. And in Rob Skinner, who I think you know, out in Pebble too. His wife is RJ, their son RJ plays on the middle school or high school at Stevenson. But her Stephanie, his wife, I was on the plane with her the other day going to LA, and she was like, I basically have to get better at golf because like it's the only thing I can do to connect with my son. Like all he does is golf.
Yep.
So like if and she's saying that like he's like coaching her, but he loves to take her to like the par 3 course. It's like, come on, mom, like let's
awesome.
go. You want to hang out? But he's not going to go shopping with her. He doesn't want to go to lunch. What the hell is he going to do with his mom at this point? Like all he does is golf. So she's basically like your wife learning golf just to connect with your family if it's a golfing family. So Candace is going to have to join the gang at one point.
So for sure.
Well, you know, they got a girl. My wife plays in a girls' game at Merido. So,
oh really?
Yeah, tell her to join. I mean, my wife just started like, you know, it's one of those games where like they don't even keep score. It's like they just go out there, they do 9 holes and they just play. They just hit the ball around and have fun. And,
that's what it's about, man.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I really enjoy it. I love getting the bad news is too is my kids are really good.
Oh shit!
You know, I already have to try to beat them, which is
how old?
I got a 9, and so my 2 boys are 9 and 8, and they've been playing. I mean,
since they could.
Yeah, and I homeschool my kids, so I mean, we live on an 1.5 acres in Frisco. I built like TPC 17 sawgrass in my backyard, and they can hit. You know, it's a 100-yard shot, so it's like, you know, a driving range in the backyard, and I got a simulator at my house, so they play golf like 3 hours a day. So they're just comfortable with a club in their hand, and it's not good when you take them to the course, but like they play on the Merido junior team, and I mean they play like 13, 14-year-olds and just
wax them
because those kids are finally getting into the power and using their body, and so the accuracy kind of loses it. And my kids will do the same thing when they get older, but right now they play like old man golf, where it's like right down the fairway, they take their pars and they move on. You're just like, these kids get demoralized because they're just like, well, who are these little like kids just out here just killing us right now? And they still don't have that like fear of defeat. You know, it's still just very young.
Yeah,
to be a kid again. Really nice.
The juniors, I remember when my kids were young like that, the issue is with them with putting is like they have no fear of missing the putt, so they will blow them by.
Yeah, the comebacker doesn't matter to them.
Yeah. Or they just don't think they can miss it.
Yeah.
You know, where we're like, damn, this is downhill. Like, I don't want a 6-footer for par. I want to have a 6-foot birdie putt.
Or you got 6 feet to break your score, but you're just like, I'll play this safe because I don't want to.
I don't want to have to grind again and lock in on another 5-foot putt.
Yeah.
Or you got the other guy's putting for 4 and you over here putting for 3 and you 20 feet out. You know, you just want to, you know, but like he was saying about you leaving Texas, it's hard to leave once you got like, you know, your family set up,
for sure,
set up, and like one thing I found about, especially in this area, is so youth sports oriented. Like it's so strong out here, bro. You get caught up in volleyball, cheerleading, football, basketball, golf, baseball, and it's over.
Yeah.
Between
you got no day a
something,
week to play golf or do anything besides take them to practice, play games.
It's crazy.
Yeah, the youth sports dominate the culture out here, which is good and bad. You know, I think there's a lot of lessons you can learn through youth sports.
Yeah,
I think teamwork and all that's great. But 98% of those kids, I mean, they're going to be their sports careers over after high school.
Yeah,
you know, and so I think like before I had kids, I was that person who was like, man, my kids are playing every sport, you know, and I want them to grind more than I did, you know, because I want them to. And then it's like when I had kids, I was like, no, I don't care about any of that. Like,
yeah,
I want them to play what they want to play, and they've taken a liking to soccer and golf, and they just started basketball, and because I that's all I did growing up was basketball. I was nothing else, and so it's whatever they want to play, but one sport at a time. I'm not doing this whole like we got golf today, we got basketball tomorrow, we got soccer Wednesday. Like no way. I'm not doing that. So, but it's been good to be home, like what you were saying, just like be in this area. And then but you got to get out. I don't know how long you've been in Texas.
He just moved.
Yeah,
a couple months ago.
You're gonna see very soon that like you got to get out of here in the summertime. It's just not. No one wants to be here baking in 110 degrees. And
where do you go in the summer?
Well, I mean, I go on tour in the summer right now, which is good. So we're kind of all over, but like that's part of the reason. Like it could be Punta Brava.
Yeah,
could be another course. In the future, just got to get my kids a little bit
north, a little bit.
Yeah, just something that's not here. I mean, right now I'm still grinding with Dude Perfect stuff, and we're trying to transition our company right now to be take us 5 out of it and get new content, younger guys in there, and that lasts forever. So, we still got a ways to go in that regard. But, once all that's taken care of, I do have plans to get out of Texas during the summer.
What's going on, everybody, at Part 3? We just want to let you know this podcast is brought to you by Top Golf. Enjoy your friends at Top Golf. You can log on anywhere, topgolf.com, and go check it out. We'll be there.
So let me ask a few questions about Dude Perfect. So 15 years ago, you and your 4 friends, 5 of you?
Yeah, there's 5 of us total.
So the 5 of you started making the content.
Correct.
See what happens, having fun, fucking off, being friends. And then it starts to pick up. It starts to get more YouTube subscribers.
Yep.
Right? You get to, the ball starts rolling downhill a bit. It's like, wow, we're on to something here. And slowly but surely you go from 1 subscriber to, I think I looked last night, you're close to 61 million subscribers.
Correct. Yeah.
Right? It's like almost 61.
I was like, I don't know if I say 60 or 61. It's like, wow, you might as well 1 more million. It doesn't really make that much of a difference. Like, 60 million or 61. But so then from there, start making money, obviously. And then everybody has built a pretty good life off of it. Everyone mainly, that's their main income. Dude Perfect.
Yep.
Or investments off of
so
money made through
we
there?
Started, I would say we were doing it. We all graduated with degrees, all went on to corporate world. And I think like 3 years of that. And we were telling brands, like, we were like, dude, we're so busy with brands. Like we can only do weekend shoots because we're so busy, but really we just had other jobs. And so then we were like, man, okay, we got something here. We can like rely on our wives to work, because they were like teachers or executive assistants, like 45 grand plus a little bit here is plenty of money, no kids. So we were like, let's just like quit and, kind of be college kids again. So we quit and tried to do it full time and like, dude, just took off. Like the week we quit, we signed our first 7-figure deal, like the week of with Nerf. And then it grew from there. And then it was like, okay, well, maybe we got 1 more year of this. Okay, maybe, this might be the last year, but we'll do it 1 more year. And then I would say probably not until like 5 years ago, it was like, wow, okay, we're probably going to be doing this the rest of our lives.
Yeah, like it got to that big where it's like you can't.
Yeah, correct. Where it'd be like kind of weird to just quit. Yeah. And then, like last March, we sold our company. So brought on investors to help make Dude Perfect a legacy play that, you know, maybe our kids could be a part of. Turn it into like, hey, it's not just Dude Perfect's not synonymous with 5 guys. It's a trusted family entertainment. And so bringing in a bunch of new talent.
Wow.
And just because we're getting older. I mean, I'm 37, so you know, can't be like doing trick shots the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I could.
I'm gonna say, why not?
And so what? So then you brought in the live aspect. So my kids were in LA, and they're like, "Hey, Dude Perfect has something at the like stadium or some shit. Can you hit him up?" I said, of course. So I have a reason to text them now, and then he got them all passes. You know, like 10 homies.
Yeah,
Lucci and like 10 of his buddies go roll deep, and that is what explain that.
Yeah. So we started like halfway through, like we did a good job knowing that like, look, like we gotta make our content, you know, there's got to be some variety to it, because if not, like, you know, it's like any TV show. It's like Friends can only last so long, you know. It's only so many, you know. It's the same thing, just kind of reworked. And so we started introducing new content that was completely outside of the trick shots. You know, we started with stereotypes, and we would make fun of, you know, started with basketball stereotypes. And, you know, it's like we would make fun of like the stereotypes in basketball. So like it's like a comedy skit. Then we started doing, you know, the competitions, battles. And then it was like, all right, what if we do like kind of like a variety show that kids like love? So we would bring in like 4 segments, and so really our show is like the variety show live with like battles mixed in between that kind of, you know, show us competing, making like crazy trick shots, but obviously missing because you're not going to make them on the first try. But like, it's like who can finish first, this challenge. So that's kind of like what the live tour is.
And how many cities did it go to last year?
20. We do 24 to 30 a year. So like this year we're doing 24 in the US and then going international in the fall.
And what's the highest crowd? Like how many?
We do
people?
NBA stadium, so like 10,000 to 12,000.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
yeah. So it's pretty fun. Like I remember our first tour where I was just like, I mean, is there going to be like 3 people in the audience? Like, I mean, you don't know. Like they you know, the promoters are like, no, I promise this is going to be good. And you're like, I mean, is it? Like, you know,
You're like, where can I play golf?
yeah. So it's
Around
funny.
the
I mean, that's what we do though. Is like we plan our tour. It's kind of like a mini golf tour. We plan where we play based on where we want to play golf.
And does all 5 of you play?
Yeah. And so like literally, like we wake up, our tour bus will literally drive to the country club, park in the lot at like 4 a.m. We'll wake up at like 7, be the first tee time, play golf, go to the show. We do it every day.
That's dope.
Yeah, I remember when you guys were in front of me at NPCC, and one of them was like, "Hey, I like your brand" or something. And I was like, "Oh, thanks." And I didn't think, you know, I don't know what the fuck's going on. And then the kid was like, "It's pretty sick that the Dude Perfect guys like your brand." And I'm like, "Who's Dude Perfect?"
Yeah.
And then that's when I asked Remy, and so on and so forth. But yeah, that's great. There was a whole. What's the guy's name with the beard?
Tyler.
That's how. So he's the best one.
Yeah, he's the best one. He's the one that bought the house and so me and Tyler are the members at Punta Brava.
Got it.
Yep.
And I saw you at Augusta or him? I saw him. Were you there?
Yeah, we're all at Augusta.
I saw you guys at Augusta.
Yeah, at
too.
the party you're talking about.
I think on the course when we were walking
yeah,
around,
we're all there. Yeah.
I saw like a group. Yeah, like
yeah. We go every year. We're rep by CAA, so we go to the CAA party.
The party was fun.
Yeah, and they hook us up with tickets and stuff. It's awesome. I mean, that's my favorite week of the year. I love
It's
Augusta,
a good
man.
one, isn't it?
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
They do it right.
Wait.
The first year, how much you spend in the pro shop?
Oh, dude, it's not just the first year. I think I spend like $2,500 easy every year, and it's like you come home and you're like, man, I didn't realize I already had this same shirt, but whatever. It was
Give it to a friend.
yeah, exactly.
It's crazy, but I spend the money and then get home and be like, damn, it seems like I didn't really get anything.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm buying like the gnome and stuff. You know,
like-
I'm buying it all. Like I am obsessed. So
Do you play when you're down there around, like at
yeah.
Sage
So
or
luckily, we
CA get you at Sage?
yeah, I've been to Sage, Tree Farm, Old
I
Barn.
did Tree Farm
we did
last
old,
year. We did Tree Farm. Right?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
we
JR
did
and I
Old Barnwell last year. We did Tree Farm the year before. You know, now you got like the 21 club being built there. I mean, dude, Aiken has so much good golf going on. Like, it's going to be the place to be at. But we played like Augusta Country Club,
Yeah,
like
it's fine.
the Thursday of the, the tournament's going on and people are like silent clapping and we're over there yelling like we just made a double bogey to, like
To win.
Yeah, to win the
win.
whole, we got a double bogey and just going just crazy. So yeah, it's fun. We always try to play golf when we're down there.
Long day, long drink. A finish, long drink. Best enjoyed on the course with friends.
Cheers. How'd you get into the game?
I mean, I grew up a huge golf fan. It always
We grew up here?
Yep, grew up here. Well, I actually grew up in Northern Cal. Born here, moved to Northern Cal to Los Gatos, and I moved back here for my later years. And always was a sports fan, golf fan. Tiger was, and just obviously like an idol. Like loved Tiger Woods. He would always come to the Byron Nelson here, and just you had to go watch Tiger. But golf on TV, they just made it look so easy. Mm-hmm. Like they were just like, it was just like one of those things where it's like, I mean, obviously I could do that.
Right.
Like I think any athlete could do that,
Anyone could do that.
because they make it just look effortless.
Yeah.
And so it's like, that's not a real sport, basketball, football. And that's what's kind of ingrained in you in Texas too. It's like, if you're not playing baseball, basketball, or football, you're not an athlete.
Right.
That's just how it is. And so I just never played it. I was a fan, watched all of them, but it was just like, nah, I'm too good for that,
Right.
And then you go out and play for the first time and you're like, oh my gosh, this is the hardest sport on the earth. And I instantly became addicted because it was a challenge for yourself. Like I can go and not play basketball for 6 months. I can go back into the gym and you give me 10 minutes and my shot will come back to me. You do that with golf.
Oh,
It's completely gone.
take a week off, it's gone.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where you could work your entire life and just never break 80. And I think that's the fun about golf. It's like not only can you compete versus friends and have these games, but you're just grinding versus yourself. I think it brings a whole different mental aspect to just how to approach life difficulty. Like golf provides that, where I don't think any other sport really does. I mean, there's trials in other sports, but not like golf.
Right.
Golf makes you get in your feelings so much.
Yeah.
You have to just stay positive.
It does. I mean,
it's just a disaster out there.
I mean, if you ever hosel one in the bunker and then you're like, man, I got to go. Now I got to go hit another one. Like, how am I not going to hosel this one?
Yeah.
And then it just crumbles.
Last night with Lee Six, who's obviously lives here, plays on the LPGA, but like, think of that, like you're by yourself on tour, any tour.
Yeah.
You miss the cut. You're nervous wreck. You can't play. You go do a practice session. We were talking about, the first thing I said is like, you have really good tempo, right? And she's like, on the driving range.
Yeah.
And
when
then
you get
play.
when you get in front of people, I'm weird. I'm completely opposite of that. I actually get more nervous in front of my, the foursome you're playing with, or you're playing for a game. Like I got to play in the celebrity Ryder Cup event in Italy this year, and I was like on Joker's team. I mean, there was 10,000 people watching you play golf.
Loved it.
And I played the best golf I've ever played. Because I feel like it makes you be present in the moment. Where like, if you're just with your boys and you hit a bad shot, it's so easy to like, it's just not my day, man. Yeah, like I'm out.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Like, well, and so it keeps you like kind of locked in, which I kind of enjoy. So like I enjoy when there's, 3 groups on a tee box. You're
they
like,
get to
right.
watch you.
Yeah.
It's like, you're a fan of golf?
Yeah.
Watch this.
Yeah. So I actually am like weird like that, where it's like, man, I kind of like dig having people, like, I like the pressure it makes you feel, where people kind of like, I would rather not do that.
I am in the same boat, but with those tour people, it's like,
oh yeah, do it for money and a livelihood. It's completely different than me just like playing in a celebrity game.
They land Monday. They do Monday, Tuesday practice. They do the pro-am. Then they do Thursday, Friday, hopefully Saturday, Sunday.
Have y'all ever walked 4 days of golf in a row? Because
it's
brutal.
a lot, dude. They're walking 6, 7 days. They're walking days to go every single day. Because then on Sunday, if you happen to make it to the end, then you have to hurry up and rush to get to the next city. And then you got to start over and do it again. And if you're playing bad, like the good thing with us is it's like, if I play bad, I'm almost excited to go play tomorrow because I know I'm going to play good. Like I can't just keep playing bad, but
there's going to be a breaking point.
There has to be. I've played too long and I know I'm good enough where I'm like not going to continually hit shit irons. I played a few days ago and I I played in the employee versus members at the Preserve and Carmel.
Yeah.
And we had 4 matches. So the morning match, I start off hitting it on the range just like I couldn't hit the ball. And then we go out there, and so I'm changing. I can hit a lot of different swings. So I'm like, fuck, I haven't been able to hit one properly yet. So like, let me try this one, and then that would be bad. And then I'm like, the next shot, all right, let me try this one. And they hit that bad. And then let me try this one. They hit this. So I'm just hitting every one I try. They still are bad.
Yeah.
I'm not hitting it pure. And then after like 5 holes of that, I finally found one and I hit it well. And then I basically never missed the shot again for the rest of that match. And then the last 9-hole match in the afternoon. So it's just like this feel thing. Like it's just like a little tick. Like the difference between perfection and disaster is so minimal, the margin of error. Like, hitting like a flop shot. It's like if you could chunk it, skull it, or you could hit it 1 foot from the hole.
For sure.
But the difference is like, what?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Yeah, I totally agree. I was actually just at a Scotty Scheffler event, and he brought into a perspective that like I just you never think about watching it, on a TV. It was 2022. He said, like, basically just won the Masters, which is like a big deal, and then he kind of like just had like a subpar season after that, and that's when all the putting woes. People were like, man, this guy can't putt, and he was just like, the pressures that they feel on tour is like, man, if I miss this putt, like, is my, like, I got people I'm going to disappoint. Like, I'm not going to be able to provide for my family. My wife might be upset with me because I'm not putting well. Like, all these different things that are just like, you never, like, an average watcher is just like, dude, make the 4-foot putt, dude. What are you doing? It's easy putt. You're a professional. Where like, they're like, dude, it's so many layers deeper than just making like a 4-foot putt. Like
4-foot putts worth $4 million.
Yeah. So it's just an interesting, different take that, like, I think average golfers, like just the amateur golfer who loves it, like never thinks about. And it's just they play a different game than we do.
100%.
But that's what I love golf, though. It's like there's so many different games and different aspects that are just in one sport.
Yeah. So many different ways to make par.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I agree with that sentiment so much. But it's like I can go out there right now today after not playing basketball in 2 years and dominate college kids. So it's just being able to outthink the game. I know everything.
For sure.
Like, I can be out there 5 minutes, and before you know it, I know I'll wax all y'all. But I went from literally Saturday I was on the range, striping it. Left, felt good, hit a couple shots in the simulator, same thing. Went to the range Sunday, and it was a completely different game.
Yeah.
Same clubs, same person, different clothes.
That's it. Same weather.
That's all that happened.
Like, bro, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna quit this shit.
It's like people say it's like a relationship or like a marriage. It's like, you get to the point where you're like, you really start thinking about, you're like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I might need to get a divorce, like I don't know if I'm meant to do this anymore. And then like your wife comes in and says like, hey honey, I hope you had a great day. And you're like, oh, I love her. Yeah. Like, I'm back. You can just it can go from those extremes.
Oh, I mean, how many times? How many times do you play golf and quit? I mean, it happens,
bro.
It happens at least, every round for me. It's like, dude, I'm done. And then it's like you hit that flush 5-iron that goes 2 feet from the hole, and you're like, dude, I'm the greatest there ever was. Right. Like, I got a future in this game. Like, I'm about to go on tour next year. Like, it's
one shot.
It's crazy. It's crazy, the ebbs and flows of that game.
No lie. When I played Merrido a couple weeks ago, I think I quit on 4.
Yep.
I was back on 9. I quit again on 15, and I came on 17. I was back.
Yeah,
ready to play 9 more.
Yeah, he's like, dude, where'd you say that? We're doing the E9, dude, because I love this game, and I never said anything bad about it. It's just, it's crazy. Yeah.
Oh man. Then let a transfusion get in there somewhere. Then I'm for sure back. I got the juices flowing. Let's go.
Yeah, it's just a mental game, but that's what makes it great. Yeah. So that's what's amazing about the game of golf, and that's why I think like every kid. So like in my house, I know this might be like bad parenting, but I don't care. Like, it's a requirement to play golf. Like, I don't care if you hate it. Like you're playing golf. And because, and same thing with music. And here's the reason why. Name any adult. I don't care if you go meet a guy downstairs and you're like, hey, did you play golf and then like you hated it and then like you got to later on in life and you're like, you know, it's always the vice versa. That it's always like me, dude. I wish my dad would have stuck me in golf, or he would have forced me to continue piano, because the only two things adults want to do is play an instrument and play golf with their friends.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna, you know, there's gonna be a time period where they hate both of those, but they're gonna stick it through it, and then there's gonna be a time period where they fall back in love with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel like it's just, that's how you should do it. Like, you'll thank me later for this, even though if you hate me for a couple of years, I don't care. You're gonna love me later in life, because you're like, I'm so glad you made me do that.
Yeah, no one would ever be like, well, I wish I never got good at golf.
Yeah.
Like no one has ever said that.
And no one said that about music either.
Yeah.
Oh man,
like,
I wish I couldn't play the keyboard, because it's just a terrible skill.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like everybody wants, they see that piano sitting in a random lobby and you're like, dude, I wish I
Like,
could
get out of the way.
I wish I could
I
could jam on
wish
that
I
right
could
now.
do
But
that.
Passing in the airport.
yeah,
Just
exactly.
Like,
Dude.
if I could jam
Wow,
on this thing,
people.
Yeah, exactly. That's what so those two things they're a must in my household. And
Yeah.
you know,
That's great parenting.
yeah, you know,
100%.
people are going to be like, you're going to get emails like, dude, that's terrible advice. Might be, but I don't know.
No.
I'm sticking to it.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's funny because we had Will Lowry on earlier, and he was saying, you know, golf golf and church is like, you know, golf is the closest thing to church for him, because it's like one and the same of like almost finding yourself.
Yeah, it's a spiritual experience.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the same, you know, like being able to play the piano is like you can put yourself in the element and almost like not so much a trance, but you can almost soothe your soul with either a great golf swing or a good round with the buddies, or being able to play an instrument. I feel like it can just balance you out.
Yeah, let alone, I mean, growing up in this technology-driven indoor world, like there's nothing greater than going outside. I don't care if you shoot 400, like being out in nature and just using your body and just like it's the best. Like there's no better healing process than just being outside and, you know, grinding through your own thoughts. Like I literally said, like, at least for me, you know, I've struggled with a bunch of, you know, anxiety and just, you know, mental health stuff. And the only place that I can escape that is on the golf course.
Yeah.
Because you can't think about anything. All your mind is solely focused on hitting that white ball where you want it to go.
Yeah.
And nothing else can get in your mind.
It brings you in the moment, in the present, immediately.
And it's like the best healing thing ever. It's like, if you want to escape your thoughts, like go to a golf course.
No, 100%.
It's like in the bunker. You're hitting out of the bunker. It's
you're not getting,
you can't think about last week or next week.
Correct.
It's like, I'm in the fucking bunker. I gotta get out of the bunker. How am I gonna get a putt?
Exactly. So it's the best sport in my opinion. So
it's funny. I was talking to some of my financial guys earlier, and you know, trying to justify this membership and why I have 5 memberships in these.
I never do that. I never talk to a financial guy. That's a bad thing. They'd be like, "Don't join." It's like, yeah. But no, I hear that.
Yeah, so I'm sitting here literally trying to like justify it, and he's like, "Well, why do you need this one?" I was just like, "Man, listen. For me, it's like at the end of the day, I'm gonna be 90. Hopefully, God willing, I'll be 90 something years old, and I'm gonna be." Somebody's gonna be carrying my bag, and I don't care how bad I hit it. He's gonna go pick that ball up, come place it over here, and I'll hit it again, and I'll probably hit it bad, and he'll go pick it up, and we're gonna continuously walk down this fairway. Yeah. I'm gonna play this game for the rest of my life, one way or the other. So regardless of what you, like you saying, I don't care if we shoot 400, bro. I can go out there, literally drop a ball in the fairway, on every fairway, and continuously move on and be happy with my
100%. Yeah. It's not about, I mean, I do like the, you know, trying to get your handicap to the lowest it's ever been. Like, that's a fun part, but there's a lot of times I just go out there and I don't keep score. I just go out there and
I do it all the time.
I just work on stuff. Like, hey, look, I'm going to drop another ball and try to see if I can hit a draw.
I keep score if I'm in a tournament. I keep score if, that's it.
Yeah,
or I keep, if I'm playing a match, I just try to get one better than my opponent. Like the score, I don't really care, and I just try to hit good shots. And then it is easy to look back and be like, wow, I shot 3 over today.
Yeah.
Because all I was focused on is hitting good shots, and then it's easy to add up. Because if you hit a lot of good shots, you're gonna make a lot of pars.
Yeah.
The best.
I asked a bunch of, we play matches and I always pick him on my team. And the guy's like, hey man, what's your handicap? He's like, well, I mean, today I could be as good as you.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know with this damn game. I tell people I could shoot 67 to 87. And it's just, I have no idea until we go out there.
For sure. I mean, pros are even like that.
Yeah. Sometimes it's easy. Every blue moon, it's actually like, this is pretty damn easy. And then other times, like you said, when you went to the range, it's like, and the wild thing is I can walk on the range. As soon as I start hitting, I hit like, 5 little half wedges or something. And if I'll hit one and I'm like, oh, I got it today. And then it's over. I can go right through my bag. I'm just really on. Other times it's like, chunk the first one, skull the next one, hands get quick. I'm like, holy shit, not today, please. And you can't get out of it.
You just crumble,
You just can't get out of it. Once that happens, it's like, all right. I heard my coach said that the first like 5-10 shots are the most important in activating your body, right? So like having dead arms and hitting the ball with your body, that is really the most important in the first 5-10 shots, because if you activate your arms on those first 5-10, they'll be activated all day.
Yeah. You
You won't get your arms out of your swing. So like
Interesting.
hitting those full body, like just arms stay on your body.
Yeah.
And activating your legs and your body to hit the ball is gonna stick with you the rest of the day. But activating your arms early would stick with you as well. So it's like you gotta focus those first ones at like, even if you take like an 8-iron and you hit it like 70 yards, but it's like just full body, big chips, basically.
Yeah.
What a game we all play.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be half out of your mind.
Yeah,
to
for
play
sure.
the game.
Sure.
Like,
Absolutely.
what am I doing this for?
100%. It's ass backwards for me because like basketball, I used to go in there and like my warm-ups would be damn near half court. I would just be launching it. And for me, like I would find my range through the depth of the 3-point line. And I would like, okay, bet. And now if I know if this is full extension and I'm just barely hitting the rim, if I get to this spot, then I know for sure, then I'm going to be on. I'm going to be draining it. But in golf, if I go out there and start hitting driver off the rip, it's going to be a long day. So if I go out there and start hitting a couple wedges here and a couple wedges there, like I can get my feel. But the moment I hit the big boy and start ramping up, I like, okay, I can, like, it's almost like I got to hit 3 drivers, then I got to hit something else, and then I'll go back to the driver, and then go back to hit something else. Because if not, my speed is get everywhere, and before you know it, I'm all over the fucking range. People looking at me like, he plays college golf?
Yeah.
This guy, no way he's a 4. He's a 4 where?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the difference between like being a 4 handicap. Like being a 4 or a +4 is not that much of a difference, right? No. Like when it comes to like, your swing or everything like that, it's like you got to make 5 more putts and not make 3 bad decisions.
Yeah.
And if you did that, Claude Harmon was on. He's like, if you want, being a 4 or 5 handicap, you have to make more bogeys, not more birdies. So if you switch your doubles to bogeys, you're going to be shooting under. You know what I mean? Like that's it. But if you make 3 doubles, 6 birdies, and that's your even, if you just made 3 bogeys and 4 birdies, right? Like that's still getting you under par. So it's not more birdies, it's more bogeys and like fighting for those don't get doubles. Or he was talking about the leaderboard when a tour player is in top 10, he makes a bogey, like you're still fine. Mm-hmm. You make a double, you go from like 8th place to like 20th place.
Yeah.
But if you go from 8th place to 12th place and you make a birdie the next hole, you're back to 8, you birdie the next one, you're back to 5. Like it can actually stay in it, but those doubles will kill you. But like we were saying, it's like it's so easy to make a double bogey on a hard golf course.
It is.
I mean, you can do it off the tee, lose the ball. Even I played in the Mid-Am up in Pebble Beach. I played the mid-am, and the guy I was playing with, he made one double. Probably had like 6-7 birdies, shot 5 under. But the double he made, he hit his draw on the first cut, like before the rough. Perfect draw driver. Had an 8-iron in off that first cut. Caught a flyer. The flyer went over the green, downhill, no green to work with, pin. Hit the craziest full swing flop shot ever. Got caught like 2 inches from being a tap in par. Went through the process, full swing, crazy, fast as shit, to the moon, lands and doesn't bounce and release down the hill, stops, aggravated, chips the next one down the hill. It blows 8 foot by, 2 putts back, double. It's like the guy hit 3 really good shots. The drive, the iron, the flop were perfect, but they were so far from perfect. And he still got a double. And it's just like, it can happen. Like sometimes I say with like the preserve, I play a lot that like you can hit the ball good all day long, hit the ball. I can hit the ball like perfect and still shoot like 78. Yeah. You know, you miss on the wrong side. Now you're short-sided. It just miss a couple putts, like stripe the ball all day and shoot 80. It's like, damn, this is hard. Yeah. And other days I play like shit. I can't hit the ball worth a fuck.
And you score good.
And I get up and down and I make 20-foot putts and I slice it into the tree and it hits the tree and knocks it on the green. You know, and it's like, wow, I shot 1 over. Yeah. But it felt like I shot 100.
100%.
It's a hell of a game.
Yeah, I think that I read a stat where it's like a scratch golfer versus like an 8 or 9 handicap, they only make 1 more birdie.
Yeah.
Which, you know, if you're an 8 handicap, you're like, dude, I got to make birdie. It's like, no, really, actually you don't. Yeah. So it's like we're talking about 1 birdie on a par 5 maybe that you parred and they birdied.
Yeah. Right.
It's really about pars and limiting trouble. Yeah. Which is crazy.
It's staying out of hazards and not 3-putting and birdieing the par 5s.
Yeah. I look at it, for me, it's like, honestly, it's probably 3 or 4 erratic tee shots around. And it's literally nothing more than where I'm aiming at.
Yeah.
Like, because I know where my ball is going to finish at majority of the time. If I put the same swing on it, it's going to hit a pretty draw or a little cut. But depending on where I'm aiming at and if I'm being too aggressive or not, that's where shit's just like, bro, just hit it out to the right. Yeah, right, what are you do? You messing with this left side for? Just hit it out to the right. Now I'm blocked behind a tree. I got to punch out. I got to chip over. I leave it short. Now I'm in between. If I got to play this bumper run or this little flopper, I don't play the bumper run like I should. I'm short. Rolls back down. Yeah. And I got to put it back up or something. Like, bro, you just I'm torturing
and you're stressing your body.
Tee shot.
Yeah, you're stressing your whole system too. Then it's like you're chasing. I think those pros do the. Even like going a lot of practice rounds, walking in the ropes and just listening to them talk to their caddy and what they're doing. They basically, every shot they're saying where they can miss and still make par or birdie, and where's the miss that's a double, and then they just don't go there. So if it's like out of bounds left, thin woods with another fairway right, it's like just blow it right. It doesn't matter. You blow it out right. You can hit a 5-iron over the trees, 2 foot, make birdie still. You hook it left in the neighborhood.
You're dead.
There's no way you can make better than a bogey. And the odds are it's going to be a double or maybe triple. And then there you have it. Now they're 3 over after 2 holes. And it's like,
round's over. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like start texting 100%. For flights. Yeah. Like I'm leaving Thursday night. Yeah. They can't come back.
Demons start creeping in, especially like at Mary though, man, because that happened to me. I think it was the par 5. Then the next hole, you got that the par 3 kind of down the hill, but the wind was blowing.
Oh yeah, hole 3. Yeah.
I'm like, bro, 220 into the fan. After I just made 8 on the par 5. It's a tough day.
Yeah, well, it's just a tough course in general. You could shoot a 82 at Merida very quickly.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if you shoot 80, for me, if I shoot 82 at Merida, I'm feeling good because I know I can go to Stonebriar or somewhere else and get in.
Oh yeah.
Shoot a low.
A couple questions we ask before we take off. If you're going to have one more round of golf, and you get to have 3 take 3 people with you. Who you taking, dead or alive?
Well, you already it's 5 of y'all. So
Yeah, that's tough.
You're gonna need to 6 of them.
You know, I got to put Tiger in there just because, you know, I love that guy. Still this day, I think he's gonna, you know, break Jack's record, and you know,
I love it.
Win Augusta this year.
It's just always like when Tiger's in a tournament, I don't care if he shoots an 80. It's like, dude, he's still it's out there.
There's a chance.
There's a chance.
They're gonna be looking back.
I'd probably say, you know, I got to have one spot for my wife in there.
Love that.
And then I'd probably end up filling the 4th with Ben Crenshaw.
Love it.
I got to play golf with him, and that was one of the most fun rounds I've ever played. He ripped like 18 heaters, and you know, just
love it.
Still uses that little flat stick that, you know, looks like it came out of a welding shop, and you're just like, how do you putt with this thing? Like, he's just the stories and the knowledge he has, designing courses, playing golf, like.
He's the best.
He's one of the best, and just a super good dude. And so I would probably throw him in to wrap it up. And
who were you riding in the cart with?
Oh, yeah, that's tough. I got to probably pick Tiger. Yeah.
Wife, you can ride with Ben.
Yeah.
He's a nice old man.
Yeah.
He'll be mannered.
Yeah, he'll be mannered. Yeah, probably Tiger riding in the car with him. You know, getting the swing tips, you know, the mental.
Yeah, it's like,
mental
honey, I
thing
love
from
you,
Tiger.
but Mr. Crenshaw's great. I'll be over here fanning
What I'm about to
out.
learn in this 18 holes from Tiger is going to be. It's going to be worth it for both of them.
I'll see you after.
Yeah, exactly.
I got you in the group. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I put you first.
Yeah, if it wasn't my wife and I just could, you know, I'd probably say, you know, it's so tough because I'm good friends with so many guys on tour, but you know, I've never had more fun than playing with Jon Rahm. You know, he's a good buddy of mine. He shot a course record here with me. The dude is just. If people got to know Jon, it's same with like Scotty, same with Tiger. I feel like they're a little misunderstood because you're seeing a small snippet of, you know, their, you know, anger or whatever they have, and the people are like, oh, that guy, you know, and it's like, dude, you would be the same way. Like, you just lost however many millions of dollars and you're not playing good. Like,
100%.
He's such a good dude, and he's one of the most talented golfers I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of good guys play, and like the way he can stripe the ball
It's incredible.
And so I would love to just kind of be in the group and just watch, like, arguably the greatest of all time, in my opinion, Tiger versus a guy that can hang with him, if not better, and like just them compete all day would be one heck of a, you know. And then you got me and Ben in the back hitting 200.
At least you can outdrive one guy in the group.
I can outdrive one guy in the group.
Ben's like 80.
That's why you got to have Ben in there. You know, it's good stories, but also boost your game a little bit. You know?
Absolutely. Give you some tips because other guys are grinding.
Yeah, exactly.
What about your favorite club in the bag?
Favorite club in the bag for me has got to be my 54 degree. I'm very confident with a wedge in my hand.
115-ish.
That's your gap
Yeah,
wedge?
about one. No, it's not my gap. It's like more sand wedge for me. I do basically like 44 pitch, 48 gap, 54, 58. Those are mine.
Got it.
Those are my, and I feel confident around a green. I think it's because I have a short game area in my backyard. I worked on it. That's the club I have in my hand the most. So the least confident club I have is my driver.
Yeah.
I mean, I would so much rather take a fit 5-wood off a tee and hit it 250 because I'm accurate with it. But I'm always like, yeah, but 280's nice, and it's like 280 directly right. And I'm like, I should have taken a 5-wood 250 down the middle.
You guys, I'm 10 years older than you guys, and I've accepted that like an old man cut off with the driver. Like my driver's probably.
I would love an old man cut.
My driver's.
I'd take that any day.
That's the like
consistent.
Most forgiving. The most forgiving club in the bag is the driver.
Gosh, that's just not for me.
But you have to humble yourself
and just take
say,
speed off, or what?
I'm gonna don't let the toe outrace the heel.
Yeah,
and it'll cut. And just don't try to hit it far. Try to hit it smooth and pure.
See, that's my
and
problem.
it's just this. As soon as I hit it, it starts cutting, and like I just pick up the tee.
It's over.
See, I always
I know
have
there's no way
you know,
it's
you have the
gonna
caddy in
hook.
the bags like, hey, look, you could take this line and it's 280 carry. You're like, yeah, I got that.
Yeah, see, I'll just say, nah, I'll just cut it over there.
I got
and I
that.
can hit an iron then.
280, that's nothing. You know?
Got that. Easy.
Yeah. And then it's like, well, that didn't work out.
That's in my wheelhouse.
Three off the tee now.
Right.
Laid 3 on a tee. It's
Yeah,
always
so yeah,
a bad
54
thing.
for me for my favorite my favorite club in the bag.
Well, thank you for coming, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Anything else, JR?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, are you like a because there's different kind of like addicts of golf. Like, are you a club junkie, or are you pretty simple? Like, I stick to the same shit and just.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty like mental when it comes to golf. Like, I think if people realize like how deep I dive into it and stuff, they'd be like, are you okay? Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, it could go from clubs to courses in general to like swing, like even just the swing itself, like just studying the swing is like, you know, it just gets me going. You know, it's like, I love all things golf. It doesn't matter what it is. Like I dive deep into it, deeper than I should, you know, reading golf architecture books to watching old rounds of golf on YouTube, you know, like going back and watching Augusta from, you know, 81, 82. And you're like,
Ben Crenshaw.
yeah, just seeing these guys, like how the game's progressed. And, you know, then you're like, dude, like I could hit a, you know, hickory club 300. And then you get one and you're like, wow, dude, it only goes 180. That's crazy.
Right.
What clubs do you play?
We're sponsored by Callaway, so I play Callaway Apex Pros. There's a new, you know, Artesian. I don't know if you've ever heard of Artesian.
Down here.
Yeah, down
They
here.
used to do the Nike. They used to do what was it called? The Nike, the oven.
Yeah.
The oven was down here. Same guys.
And so it's like the same guys. They make some pretty cool
Wedges,
clubs and
putters,
wedges and putters and
They made
stuff.
me a putter I had in my bag a couple weeks ago. I just took it out of my bag just because it just didn't feel right. I got to change the grip or something.
What putter was it?
It's one with the hooks.
What is it, like Scotty Cameron?
Artesian.
No.
Oh, it's Artesian. Oh, okay,
yeah.
cool.
I went down there a few weeks ago and got fitted.
Yeah.
And old man in there like gave me a putting lesson. He gave me a putting lesson as I was doing it. I just started drilling it. I'm like, oh shit. And
You're like, give me that putter.
that one works.
He's like, oh, I gotta, it'll be done in like 3 weeks. I'm like, fuck, I gotta be bad putting for 3 weeks before I get this thing.
Yeah, I use a lab putter. You know, I've fallen on my sword in that regard, and like, you know, that big
Not the broom.
No, I use the big spaceship looking one.
But not the
No,
broom.
I don't use the broomstick.
The
no.
broom is when it's funny, Will Lowry was on here. He hits everything left hand low. You know, his swing, everything. But
even like his
he hits
chip.
drivers.
That's
left hand low.
crazy.
Every single one. But my buddy, I play with that out in California. He's chipping now left hand low. And,
like Fitzpatrick does. Yeah,
my son was like, "Why is he chipping like that?" And I was like, "Because it's the last resort."
Yeah.
You know, it's like the
we've
broom.
gone through
It's like the
everything.
broom. It's like there's nothing else he can do.
If this doesn't work, I quit.
He's gonna quit.
Yeah.
He has to retire.
Yeah.
Same thing with the broom. When you're up on this one, it's like there's nowhere else left to go.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. No, not the broom.
JR,
Just
don't get the broom, dude.
I seen a
You're
kid.
thinking about it, aren't you?
You know I did.
I've tried it. I've tried. It's too foreign for me.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I seen a kid yesterday on the putting green at Marydale, and he was like drilling them though from like 15 feet. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, a lot of pros are going to the broom, man.
Yeah,
There's something there. There's something there.
I might do that. And I seen this other kid. He's like from North Texas college or whatever. And I'm like, he is drilling it. He's like, yeah, he's been there for an hour though.
Yeah,
I'm like,
he's got the line down. Yeah. Oh, that's golden, man. I love it.
Well, just like that, that's another episode of the Part 3 podcast. We'll see you guys soon.